Well, as you can. Oh, my bad. Oh, can't have little kids in the call. Okay, my bad. But anyway, like I'm saying though. Hi, how you guys doing? Are you doing great? Are you doing glad? Are you doing swell? Swagger do you? Gucci? I don't know. I'm just saying like hi, how you guys doing? Welcome. Anyway, today's video is a very light-hearted video, you know what I mean? It's a very more chilled and more relaxed, because after yesterday's video, let me be honest with you, I was actually heated, and I don't visibly show such expressions, but I was kind of cross, really. I was like arms cross, but I was like just thinking, like really deep in something. The internet showed me this. I was deep in, a lot of people lack creativity. Yeah, a lot of people lack imagination. And yesterday's video, like people lack imagination, really, because like it started off with the topic. I did talk about superpowers. I talked about like 10 minutes of it, and when I rewatched the video just now, it just came to me that this will be better. So you're welcome. Anyway, but I'm just saying this: people lack the imagine and creativity. It started with the thought when I saw on the clip or on the footage. My friend came to us with a question way back months ago, actually, and then he asked us like, what superpowers are we like? So me and my friend answered. We gave him like the abilities, and we gave him a very well thought out why, throwbacks, etc. We gave him a very creative point of view on it, and he gave us his answer, and let me say it was lame. He didn't give us an in-depth, he didn't give us an understanding, he didn't give us drawbacks. He chose time stop. Of course we know why, dirty bastard, but that's not the point. The point is that he lacked imagination when he was thinking of it, you know what I mean? So let me show a clip. This lady said
I'm tired of you guys choosing the worst superpowers whenever somebody asks you what superpower you want, all right? Oh, I want to fly, I want to be strong, whatever. That's boring. Hear me out. You know Mystique, the person who can turn into any other person? I want that power. I want the power to turn into any single person ever. You could ruin lives with this, okay? Celebrities, politicians, whatever. But hear me out here. If my man ever cheated on me and I found out, I'm going to spend the whole entire day getting him all riled up. Like, baby, come home. I'm going to do that thing you've always wanted to do, but I never let you. He's going to come home all happy dandy, and right when we get into it, right when he's about to bust, when he is balls deep inside me, I'm going to turn into his dad. Or if it's in the mouth, turn into his mother. Turn into his mother and start scolding him, okay? You got to ruin them mentally, all right?
will have shapeshifting abilities. That's what I mean. Like, people lack imagination when it comes to that topic of asking superpowers, but also when it comes to other things, because people, I'm not speaking for everybody, let's not get twisted, but I feel like a lot of things, like especially with architecture and stuff like that, is very basic and simple, and it lacked that touch of beauty, you know what I mean? The creative aspect, you know what I mean? They never experiment with shapes, you know what I mean? That's when I'm coming on to the point of saying like, yo, how come people don't wanna put it to work? I know there's some people who generally do lack it. My brother also lacks imagination like that, because he struggles to imagine things. But anyway, it don't matter. But at the end of the day is like, because he's more logical. I think that's where the point comes. He's quite logical. It's quite logical. He doesn't like being unreal. I like being unreal. I just like the concept of just having unreal thoughts at times, because it just makes things a little more interesting for myself. But anyway, that's the point. The point is people lacking of imagination. But anyway, is the fact is that nobody really wants to risk it. You know what I mean? No more risk. How come you can only risk on a painting but you can't risk on a building? How can you not risk on a light bulb? Right? How can you not back in the day, in ancestor times, a lot of architects, all of these types of designers and all of this said that their work is to inspire generations. we're now in the modern era. I just don't feel any oomph to it, and it's kind of sad though. It's kind of sad, really. But to ensure that a lot of things, it's just the thought of like, can we have that back? You know what I mean? Can we have it back? And also, people who, when they, like, for example, back to the superpower chat, like, when people say, for me personally, like, this is gonna be a little off topic a little bit, but like, when you ask, when guys, women's, girls, wherever we may be, you ask the next person, like, what superpower would you choose? And they tell you, like, oh, why are you being so corny and stuff. Like, for me personally, it really, for when someone asks you that question, like, what superpower would you choose, it really says a lot about the person. It really tells, like, for example, if a person chooses the ability of ice, they seek isolation. You know what I mean? They like to be far distance from people. You know what I mean? Someone chooses the ability of fire, they want to be out there. You know, they want to continue burning with excitement. They're very adventurous. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. Even if the person who says they're choosing ice abilities is an outgoing, joyous person, at the end of the day, the person just wants space. That's how I see it. I don't know if anyone sees it like that, but I doubt they do. That's just my opinion. But that's like the interesting point.
1 hour later.
My bad. Being a babysitter sometimes has its moments, sometimes doesn't. But all in all, it comes with the job. But like I was saying though, that's how I see it, that's how I view it, because on it, when you ask those people those questions, it really also says questions their creativity. If they give you a basic answer like flying, they lack inclusive. If they just say like flying, oh, why flying? And they just say, because it'll get me to point A to point B better. Yeah, but like, what more to it? Throwbacks. Like, give me a story behind why you chose that. You know what I mean? Like, is it for more freedom, etc.? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. That's just my point of view. I like a lot more in-depth answer to the question that I given you. You know what I mean? I also like when I also, besides that being the standpoint, when you ask somebody, like, for me, I hate small talk. So I like for people to be more creative with their approaches approaching people. I just mean, really, fun facts. You be like, hey brother, fun fact, did you know that the Great Wall of China was built because of one guy? Something like that. I mean, oh, that's interesting. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm not saying those two. You should do it with everybody, because there'll be people who are just blatantly rude and ignorant. You know, they don't. You get me? But on the topic is that, but also besides that, is the sense of the lack of imagination throughout today's age is what gets me. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But who am I to say? You know what? I also have moments where I'm very lactose in imagination, because what I do has zero. Okay, well, technically, well, to my case, I'm thinking a lot, but it don't matter. I'm not talking about that. Just talk about the lack of it through buildings, etc. I'm not saying about videos and stuff like that, or animation. That's a very creative. Those are very big imaginations. You know, books and stuff like that. That's a lot of imagination. Besides crime, for me, anyone can write a crime book. Let's just be honest. Anyone can write a crime book. Generally speaking, anybody can go out their way and write a crime book, because it's something that happens often. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a fantastic thing. I'm just saying on the outwards of stuff, it just happens. You know what I mean? it happens, and anyone can write about it through their own experience with it or someone else's. That's what I mean. That's why I'm a big fan of it. But people buy it. End of the day, people buy it. Like, deep there for a second. People actually go out their way to read something like that when it's happening right next to you. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I mean, it works. So what the is your thing? Is your or maybe it's just the perspective of it. You know, that I think that's why people enjoy it. I think it's because of the perspective of two people. Like, you read the perspective of the killer, you read the perspective of the victim, then you read perspective of the people around in the story. I think that's what gets people drawn to it. Now I'm just deep in it. I think that's why it's such a success. It's not that the crime that's happening or being committed, it's more of how is the crime being committed and how is it happening and whose eyes are we seeing this from. Get me? I think that's why it's so successful. Because me, I'm a fictional type of person, so I like being somewhere not in this world per se. So like, I really do prefer about giant lizards and talking short people like dwarves. You know, I like reading about mages and shit like that, so that's fun. Swordsmen and all that. Okay, we had our fair share, but I'm just saying. I like that. So in my perspective of speaking about like the lack of creativity as of late is just that it's lame. Not like this is for human beings in general. It's also just for like a lot of other people, because I'm looking at these buildings. They're nice, but they just lack something to me. They just lack. That's all I can say. I like seeing buildings that, like, why is it like that? But it's cool as fuck. Seems impractical, but cool as hell. Waste of money, but cool as hell. That's what I mean. Like, that's all I can say. Back in the day when the cities were being built, like historical, like these historical parts of the places of cities, like especially here in my city, we have a lot of buildings and stuff that are really old, that carry a lot of history, and they're nice. I actually like the designs of the buildings, although they're very Western. Let's be honest, we are colonized. It's Western style buildings, but at the end of the day, they're nice. I like also the designs of like in villages. Those are cool. You know what I mean? They had like a color to it, a lot of color to it. You know, I like that. I like a lot of historical things because of the mindset of it. You know what I mean? Like, the inspiration towards such buildings is hella cool. So I really assume that in the 21st century we'll have a lot of those, but now we have a lot of that. I'll show images, clips and what. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like it, comment me your thoughts if I'm talking about ass or not, and if you fucks with me, which you probably do, I don't know, that's for you to decide. You can hit that subscribe, and all in all, I'll check you on the next one. Today's video is my favorite video, I'll be honest with you. Very calmed, I'm not heated, I'm very chilled. Oh, let me show you this also. Oh, again with the cloud. Yes, look at the clouds, dog. I don't know, the clouds have been hitting, I think because it's a lot of rain lately. But like, look at that. Look at the ambiance it sets. Like the birds in the sky. Come on, big man. Yeah, I'm gonna keep showing this until like I get bored of showing you. But that's impossible. So you're gonna see this a lot. Anyway, bye bye.